made on Ridgeway Sports Podcast, episode number 9. Hunter Keister.
Holla at your boy. K-Mac is back.
Kurt Maki, back in the building. Got a good one for you coming at you Thursday night. First batch of Sweet 16 games have came and went, and as we get into this episode, we're going to start there with the Sweet 16 games, the Michigan, Villanova, and Gonzaga, Arkansas. What we saw from both those games, and obviously previewing the next round of matchups. After that, we're going to get back into our divisions, breaking them down worst to first. We're going to be doing the NFC North this episode, and then we will also be diving into another week of trades and NFL free agency in this week in sports. So it should be a good one. Let's start where it hurts. Kurt, what is your first instant reaction?
Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off.
Instant reaction.
Instant reactions. Man, what a typical L this has been. Man, Michigan, we had so many chances. So many chances, and just constantly letting the ball slip right through our hands. Man, disappointed. We played we really beat ourselves this game. So, wow. Couldn't finish at the rim, and they were just scoring our interior defense because we don't have any interior defense. Dickinson was getting bodied and could not play in the paint, as we know. It's just how he is. Nobody really shot good this game. Nobody really particularly played well. Eli Brooks played well in the second half, for what I could see. Looked like Devontae Jones got hurt. I'm surprised he came back in. Credit to him for fighting. But Diabate got chased down, blocked. That one dude, what was his name on Villanova? The one-man wrecking crew. He had like 8 points, 8 boards, like 2 blocks.
Oh, Daniels, yeah, he had 8, 9, and...
Yeah, that dude was killing us.
Samuels had 22 and 7.
Wow.
Daniels had 8 points, 9 rebounds.
Okay.
Gillespie still ended up with 12 points, 6 rebounds.
Yeah, that dagger three he made was huge, but we still stayed in the match because Villanova was doing dumb turnovers, and we were playing pressuring defense. But, wow, we had the game within 6 with a couple minutes to go, and we just couldn't. Too many chances, just could not finish. And, that's just how the ball goes. And, this team was talented, but to say they played up to their talent, I cannot say that. Dickinson definitely let us down, missed too many shots. We needed him to close it out for us, closing down the game. And, man, no interior defense. Those are the biggest things I saw tonight.
34% from field. They shot 30% from 3. We actually shot better.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Villanova was shooting a lot of threes to start out the second half, and they just kept shooting. They weren't making any threes.
Yeah.
So they missed a lot. We just couldn't score. Like, we played, honestly, Michigan played a terrible second half. I'm not going to lie. We barely scored anything. I think we scored like 15 points the second half. That's terrible. I think 55, and we were what? Okay, so we scored 27. Still, just, man, I don't even know what else to say. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, as I take it over, some shocks. The first one I have to point out, clear as day, 17 minutes. Brandon Johns. Okay,
about that.
I'm not going to bash this guy too much. He was a 5-year player. He stuck it out. He played at Michigan his whole time. He's a Michigan guy. I can't bash him that bad. But I've said, the one thing I've said about Howard all year is his rotation is bad, right? Sweet 16 game. You're telling me Terrence Williams can't play more minutes? I can't believe that he is getting that many meaningful minutes in a Sweet 16 game. He played it down the stretch a lot.
17.
And
he was in one of the lineups to close the game, it looked like.
Yep, pretty much. And yeah, he gets 0 points. I think he was 0 of 5 or 0 of 6. And Hunter Dickinson, he gets 15, but he didn't shoot well. Nobody on Michigan shot well. Eli was like 5 of 14. He was the only one that had a decent second half, and even he was just decent. But Dickinson showed he was soft again. Should have bodied Villanova and their shorter
small ball lineup.
Their small ball lineup, and Dickinson just still got bodied, still couldn't outread.
That was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
He would get doubled instantly in the paint, and then we couldn't score in the paint at all.
Yeah, in the first half we kicked it out very well. We just couldn't make the open shots, and then in the second half we couldn't make more of the same. Yeah, more of the same. And an alarming stat: 12 of 29 for Michigan on layups and dunks, guys. 12 of 29 on layup and dunks. Michigan had 6 to my count. There probably was more. Just wide open, easy. Anybody
easy
makes that layup. Anybody.
A lot of missed second chance points.
Yeah.
We had to get the rebound, couldn't finish. Just
a sloppy performance, and one of Michigan's worst offensive performances of the year for sure. And it comes at a bad time because Villanova as the 2 seed, they were more than beatable. We had them still grasping to their little lead at the end of the game because they were turning the ball over. If we just make some of the easy ones back, we 100% win this game. But that's not what happened. And
another thing we forgot to bring up was, why were we shooting 2s? Down 9 at the end of it. We were getting chances to actually get back in the game, and we were drawing up plays for 2s, not for 3s. What was the point of that? Why is the decision? Why is the shot selection there to do 2s rather than taking a 3, giving yourself a better chance of coming back? Because we weren't even scoring down low anyways. You think we're gonna be able to score 2s, rushing everything? We can't play fast-paced.
Right.
I don't know why we don't push the pace at all.
And then when we did, it just seemed like Devontae Jones, when he did do it a couple of times, he wanted to just go to the lane and get a layup. Guys like Eli Brooks and Jones, it'll be interesting to see, Frankie Collins take over there as one of the main starting point guards.
I want to see us run 2 big men a little bit more next season. We need to find another big guy.
Yeah, we do. Well, Dickinson probably comes back at this point. No, I think he comes back.
Really? Yep. You think he stays another year?
At this point, I think he had a worse year than everybody else expected. So yeah, I think he comes back for a year.
But he's about to get all of Big Ten. Probably.
Could he leave? Would it make sense if he left? Yeah, but none of them.
He might pull up Ross Dinkus. You never know.
Yeah,
possible.
None of them showed to me that they were ready to leave. But if you look on Villanova's side, just Samuels 22 points, 35 minutes. Gillespie plays 39, and so did Moore.
That's almost the whole game. Basically the whole game.
Yeah.
Wow. That dude was really out there like that.
Yeah, they took it to us. They didn't play their best game, but
they just played a less worse game than we did, if I'm being honest.
And that's really all it.
They didn't play that good. We just played that much worse.
Yeah.
Man. Just typical Michigan.
It really...
Letting the ball slip right through our hands. Chance after chance. Just, we'll mess it up. Hey. We'll give the raw ball right back to you.
Yeah, right.
Because Hunter Dickinson can't finish down low.
Oh.
I may be 7 feet tall, but I feel like I'm 6 feet.
Man. Yeah, just going over, they had Slater in their starting lineup, 0 of 4, who played 27 minutes. That's insane to even think about.
That's rough.
But, we cancel him out with the 0 of 5 out of Brandon Johns, of course. Frankie Collins, he needs to play more than 10 minutes, man. I would have,
Johns should not be having...
He just ate up so many minutes.
More minutes than Frankie Collins.
Yeah, I don't care what kind of lineup we're playing. Brandon Johns shouldn't play 17 minutes.
No. And not with that team. Why would you have him against Villanova when they're already a small team anyways? What's he going to do?
I guess Musa wasn't playing the best, but him only playing 21, I feel like he needs to be in that 30-minute range, honestly.
Yeah, I guess some just questionable decisions by Howard for sure.
Yeah.
But still, the players got to make it.
And we didn't.
They're in position.
50% from the
They're
line
in
is
position
awful.
though.
Yeah.
They're in position to do it.
Like this free throw shooting, 50%. That's awful.
That'll get you beat.
That'll get you beat right there.
I don't know.
They were 10 of 12. Nova was 10 of 12, 83%. We were 7 of 14, 50% from the free throw line, guys. We gotta make better. We were 34% from the field and 33% from three. They were 37% from the field, 30% from
Can't make
three.
Shots, can't make free throws, can't make threes. Yeah, you're gonna lose.
We couldn't even hit the free throws. They 9 of 30 from three for Villanova too.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's below 30%.
So just a pretty bad game from both teams. As we're gonna look at some of these scores. So we're gonna get into Arkansas, Gonzaga, and then we'll look at the two games that are at halftime right now that are on. But Curtis, we switch gears. Let's look at who stuck out as Arkansas takes down the top-rated Gonzaga Bulldogs. Look at that. Arkansas wins, shooting 28% from three.
Wow.
7 of 25. They shoot 5 of 21.
Threes?
Yeah, Gonzaga.
Oh my God.
5 of 21. Gonzaga was still good at the line though.
Live by the three, die by the three.
Yeah, they really did. Chet Holmgren, he only played 23 minutes. I wonder if he got hurt. 5 of 9.
Maybe he got into foul trouble.
No, maybe. Oh yeah, 5 fouls. He fouled out.
Wow.
I think that's what that means, like personal fouls. Yeah. I think he might have fouled out at some point. But for their star player to play that bad, and then you got Tim, 9 of 19. All of them has played bad. Strother, 3 of 9. Bolton, 3 of 10. And Nemhard, 2 of 11. He played 40 minutes.
Oh, that's bad. That's rough.
2 of 11. Their bench, 0 of 2, 1 of 3, 1 of 1. They just couldn't make a shot. It's as simple as that. For Arkansas, I mean, 5 of 12 for their forward. He played 36 minutes. Wade, 6 of 10. He puts up 15. Williams puts in 15. Tony puts in 9 on 4 of 8 shooting. 9 of 29? One of their guards was 9 of 29. 2 of 12 from 3. And he still ended up with 21 points.
Wow.
Okay. Alright, as we bring it back, we're going to look into the Houston Cougars, the 5 seed versus the 1 seed Arizona Wildcats. This game is at halftime right now, with Houston leading Arizona 34-28 at the break. So far, for both teams going into the break, Arizona's only shooting 28%, 7 of 25, 4 of 11 from 3, and 10 of 14 from the foul line isn't terrible, I guess. But you gotta shoot better. You gotta come out 1 of 7, 0 of 1, 1 of 2, 0 of 4, and 2 of 4. That's their starting lineup. All just
looks like a potential number 1 seed going down again to me.
Yep. And then on Houston's side, their best player has 6 points. Terry for Arizona has 8. Edwards, Sheed, and Carlton all have 6 points. As it looks like the rebounding numbers are being led slightly by Houston. And at the break, they take a lead of 6 points. We'll have to maybe come back next week and look at how these games finished out. But yeah, maybe these rims, these San Antonio rims,
These San Antonio
rims must be terrible because nobody can shoot tonight. Getting into the last game of tonight, Duke, Texas Tech, 3 seed Texas Tech, 2 seed Duke. 44-47. 13 minutes left in this ball game. Texas Tech is up by 3. How this game has went for the most part. For Duke, it's being led by Williams. He's 5 of 7 for 12 points. Banchero has 11 points. He's 3 of 8. But Roach and Griffin, 3 of 7 and 2 of 7. They gotta play better. Off the bench, Duke isn't really getting anything anyways. 0 of 2 and 0 of 2. So 18 of 41 for 42% from the field. 28% from 3, 5 of 15. 33% 5 of 15. And they're 6 of 6 in the line. Texas Tech, first thing that I see without even going through the stats, 2 of 6 on the foul line. You gotta be better than that.
Wow.
O'Bannon? Yep, O'Bannon had 10 points. Williams has 12. Shannon Jr. has 8. McCullough has 7. Off the bench, 1 of 3, 0 of 2. They're shooting 21 of 45, that's 46%. 3 of 11 from 3, that's 27%. And 2 of 6 from the foul line. So for Texas Tech to now be tied at 47, they're pretty lucky because they're getting severely outplayed right now. So we'll have to see how that game finishes up. But it's looking good for Duke. Or I mean, it's looking good for Texas Tech too because they're playing so bad and they're still tied.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this game finishes up. What do you say, Kurt? Let's get into some NFL division.
Let's do it.
All right. We'll start with the worst to first. We're heading to the NFC side. We'll hit up the NFC North this week. So we got to talk about the Lions, the Packers, the Bears, and the Vikings.
Yes, indeed. I'll go first with this one. I'm going to say the worst team in this division will be... Oh, man, that's tough. I'm going to go with... I'm really feeling a step back for Chicago. They finished in 3rd last year. I'm going to say they finished in 4th. They did lose Allen Robinson. Justin Fields is the quarterback. Lost their starting lineman, James Daniels, to the Steelers. Khalil Mack left the Bears. He was injured last year anyways. So I don't really know any additions they've made, to be honest with you. And certainly not just an adequate team. Probably finished bottom 15 in the league. I'm going to say maybe 6 wins. I don't know. Detroit will finish in 3rd. They'll be better than last year. They were in a lot of close games last year. Are they going to look to get a quarterback? What are they going to do? Are they going to take Hutchinson too if he's still there? Let's see what additions they make, but I have them finishing 3rd. I think they lost, I don't really know who they added in the offseason. Nobody really notable that I could think of. They still have Goff. DeAndre Swift's pretty solid. They got Amara St. Brown. That's like their only go-to receiver. Nobody at tight end. They have a solid O-line, but their defense sucks. They don't have anybody good on defense. I can't think of one good player on defense. So I got them finishing 3rd. Just to spice things up, I know it's probably not the right move, but just to spice things up to kind of I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to say 2nd place will be Green Bay. I'm going to say they finished 2nd place. Rodgers is, he's obviously a good quarterback, but I'm going to say Devontae leaving is a big loss for them. And today, they also lost their other free agent receiver, Marquez Vantley Skelton, I think's his name. So they lose another receiver, another weapon less for Rodgers. And they do have a solid defense. Jair Alexander didn't really play last year, but he is coming back. Rashawn Gary stepped up big time last year. They lose to Darius Smith, so their defense actually was pretty decent last year. One of the top defenses. They did resign Devondre Campbell. He was really good last year for them as well. And I'm going to say they finished 2nd because losing Devontae is a big loss. Still have Aaron Jones, though. Robert Tonyan's got a torn ACL. Still a solid offensive line, though. But Rodgers, back-to-back MVPs. I understand he's good, but I'm going to say Minnesota will be better and will finish first place, probably 10 or 11 wins. I really like their offense with Kirk Cousins resigning for one more year. He's not really a winner, but, I mean, he can pass the ball pretty well. He's top 10-ish in my eyes, but it's fringe top 10. His numbers aren't really that bad, though, when you really look at them. They're not really that bad.
We'll say that. Let's have that comment. Let's have that debate in the comments, guys. Kirk Cousins, top 10 or no? Let us know.
Like, you could argue he is.
It's probably arguable, but we're not going to sit here and do that.
But, yeah. I like Dalvin Cook a lot. He's really good.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of him. Justin Jefferson is no slouch. And then Adam Thielen at your 2. I like their offense a lot, to be honest with you. Defensively, they weren't a really good team defensively last year. They got Eric Kendricks, Anthony Barr. Daniil Hunter did not play last year at all, so he's coming back, so I think that'll help them. They did get rid of their head coach, Mike Zimmer, so they're getting a new head coach. I don't know who they hired, though. So they did get rid of him. I'm going to say they finished first place. I like their offense, and with Green Bay losing Devontae Adams, probably top 3 receiver in the league, I think that's a big loss for Aaron Rodgers for sure. So I just think they got worse compared to Minnesota, just kind of staying where they're at. Yeah. Which is a team that's good, but held back by Kirk Cousins. But I mean, look how much money he's made. He's finessed them for what he's produced. He's solid. Like, he's not super good, but I mean, he'll have his moments though where he chokes. But then he's just so inconsistent. That's what it is. Just really inconsistent. But when you look at his numbers, though, from this past season, they say differently. I'm being dead serious. Stats for 2021. 33, listen to this. 4,000 yards, 4,200, 33 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
7 picks, 33 touchdowns. That's a good ratio.
Yeah. That's definitely a top 10 year.
103 quarterback rating.
But that 1 year doesn't put him top 10.
That's what I'm saying.
Now,
I mean, his numbers for the rest of his seasons aren't that bad either.
I just don't know if they're top 10.
Yeah. But I'm just saying you could argue that if you really wanted to. But that's where I got him ranked. I got Minnesota, Green Bay, Detroit, and Chicago.
Okay, I'll take it over. I'm actually going to go...
It's just a bad division. It's a bad division.
It's a very untalented division, that's for sure. I think if Detroit having this many picks, I feel like they had to be third. So I'm gonna put the Bears in fourth right now. They lost Allen Robinson. Justin Fields is still a question mark. Obviously, you know how the last umpteen Ohio State quarterbacks have panned out so far. But Justin Fields is still a question mark. That offense, bleak to say the least, talent-wise.
There's just nobody on offense.
And the defense lost their best player, and...
I mean, what else more is there to say?
Yeah, they're really... yeah, they're just not going to be good. I think they'll be pretty bad, and they're still in the middle of a rebuild. Nothing really changed. I think I'll give them 6 wins.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
I'm going around 6 wins.
Nothing more than 6.
6 wins is their ceiling.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, nothing more than 6.
And then give me the Lions. I think if Hutchinson's there at 2, they take him. If he's not, I saw a trade. It was 2 and 66 for 4 and 10, and I would absolutely take that if I was the Lions. That was from the Jets. But if they got that off right and Hutchinson is gone, I would definitely take it because Thibodeau has just been sliding and sliding in these last mock drafts, which is nuts. I did not expect that at all. So yeah, give me the Lions. Regardless, I think they're just a third place is good for them because I don't think they're the worst in the division. I think they definitely get more than 6 wins. They're probably not a 10-win team. They're probably like a 9 is their probably cap, and they're probably looking at more of a 7 or 8 win season, if I had to guess. Going with number 2. It's hard to bet against Rodgers, even though he has no receivers now. But the Packers could get some.
It is hard to argue against them because the past 2 years they've been the number 1 seed.
Right.
So that'd be a huge fall down for them.
Right. To not even win their own division after being the 1 seed. But looking at it as of right now, that's how we do these. As of right now, I have to put Green Bay at 2. They have no receivers. They have A.J. Dillon, which is going to be a great compliment to Rodgers, but they have no receivers. Lazard is now with the number 1.
Lazard.
He is now the number 1.
And Randall Cobb, I think, is their other receiver.
Randall Cobb
he's not
washed up.
Yeah.
Washed up really bad. So, unless they get a receiver, I'm putting Green Bay at 2.
They're definitely going to look to get that in the draft.
Yeah.
They have to. You have to at this point.
As of right now, they're probably, to me, probably a fringe wild card team at probably like 10 wins without the receiver helps. And 10 wins might be pushing it with the receiver room looking like how it does. But their defense is getting better. And they still got Rodgers, which is lucky for them.
Took all their money.
Yeah, they did.
Took all their money.
I mean, I don't really know how good it really was because now your team's going to suck. But Rodgers couldn't get it done without being paid. Let's see if he can get it done now they got paid. Now he has no teammates still. So hope he enjoyed all that money.
Devontae left.
Hope he enjoyed all that money.
All that moolah.
So I guess number 1 will have to be Minnesota. And I don't even think Minnesota is really that good. Like Kurt said when I first started talking, the division is sorry. The division is just a sorry division.
Someone's got to win it.
Somebody's got to win it. It's like the NFC East.
It's NFC East 2.0 written all over it right
somebody's
now.
got it, yeah. Somebody's got to win. So I'll take Kirk Daniel Cousins. And the Minnesota Vikings with Dalvin Cook probably having I think he could have a really good year.
If he stays healthy. That's the biggest question mark with every running back, though, now.
Right, health.
It's just the durability issue.
But, they have Treadwell as well. Treadwell, Jefferson, Thielen.
Adam Thielen's still pretty good.
Yeah.
And Jefferson's only getting better. He's a good receiver.
Great.
He's just being held back by Kirk Cousins, though, in my opinion.
If they were to get a decent quarterback,
they'd be a problem.
Yeah. Baker could be maybe a revitalized in a year or two, maybe he goes to Minnesota. They get rid of Kirk Cousins. But
that'd be funny.
For right now, Minnesota wins the division. I'll give them 11 wins.
That's what I'm saying. Probably 11 wins. Just one more better than Green Bay.
Yeah. I think it's close. I think the division is sorry. Who knows how the Packers will shake out. I think they're very easily interchangeable. I could definitely see the Packers winning. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Just because Rodgers is the best quarterback in that division.
Yep.
And quarterback play is critical to literally team success nowadays.
Right.
You cannot win without a good quarterback.
So, recap, Minnesota 11, Green Bay 10.
Chicago and Detroit will finish, I think, a few spots, definitely games below those two teams. Probably around 6 or 7 wins.
Yeah, Chicago at 6 for me and Detroit at 8 or 9. Next time the NFC North will shake out as of right now, in my opinion. As we have now completed that, let's head into some NFL trades. We had another ginormous week, another ginormous move.
Craziest offseason ever.
Yeah, this really is.
So many quarterback movements.
Yeah, as we see Matt Ryan get moved after we saw Deshaun Watson get moved.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Wentz gets moved.
Wilson got moved.
Wilson gets moved.
Rodgers could have been moved.
Rodgers was really close to getting moved.
Brady came back.
Brady came back. Yeah, just a crazy. Even that's just quarterbacks. That's not even.
That's just quarterbacks.
We'll started off with a bang here.
Mariota signed with the Falcons.
He could be their starter.
He is going to be their starter unless they draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
But
Tyreek Hill going out to Miami to play with Tua.
Wow.
What a change of events. It pretty much just became like he might get traded, and then within a day, he was traded.
Way faster than that. A couple hours.
Yeah, maybe a couple hours. That's what I thought.
As soon as trade talks happened, it happened not too long after.
I'm sure once teams were like, they want to get rid of Tyreek Hill, they were like,
instantly.
And they only got a first and a second? They got Wait, no, they actually gave up 5 picks. Never mind.
Yeah, they gave up a lot for him.
They gave up a lot. I don't know what I was thinking first and second. But,
and he got the biggest contract for a receiver in history. They paid him big bucks.
He's worth it. Let's just see if Tua can get him the ball.
Let's see. So it says, Miami got Tyreek Hill in the trade. Kansas City received this year's first-round pick, second-round pick this year, the fourth-round pick this year, and fourth and sixth-round picks of next year. So who do you think won the trade?
Just because it's Tyreek Hill, I feel like you have to give it to the Dolphins. But the Chiefs got a lot back. Like, if I'm trading Tyreek Hill, I at least have to get that back. And I think that it was smart of them. Tyreek's in the last year of his deal. They have to pay all these great players. They can't agree on a number. They probably weren't going to, because Tyreek knows his worth, obviously. So he goes to Miami and gets paid. So he probably wanted something similar to what he got from Miami. He probably wanted something similar to that from KC, and they just couldn't give it to him. So I think it's a great business move. You get 5 picks back, and essentially all you were going to have him for is another year probably, and he was going to leave in free agency next year. So they get a good haul for him. They're still going to be decent. Very good. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm on board with this. I think the Chiefs won this trade, to be honest with you. What I've learned is, and what's crazy when you think about it, usually the teams that pay their skill position players the most money usually doesn't translate to winning a whole lot, because they had to pay Mahomes a lot, so that was obviously going to hurt down the road at some point. So this is when one of those points hit. And that's why they also signed Juju, was because then it would make it kind of more expendable. So that's why they signed Scantling from the Packers. But I think the Chiefs did make out on this move, because I feel like, personally, skill position players can be easily replaceable. I feel like, just from my opinion, quarterback and line is the way to go. Skill position players can be replaceable, in my opinion. Receivers, they come and go.
For the most part, yeah.
Every year, and with running backs especially, they come and go.
Yep.
They're lucky to get one contract extension, and that's it. So now you know the Chiefs getting that first-round pick. They actually had the most picks in this upcoming draft this year. Fun fact.
Wow.
So they're going to be able to fucking stockpile their team, at receiver and whatever spots they need. Probably more sort towards defense at this point. But, and for Miami, this brings up questions, If Tua does not produce this year, if he does not take you to the playoffs, this will ultimately prove those doubts to be, relevant, because, now he has a good team around him. He's got Jalen Waddle. He has Mike Gesicki. He has Tyreek Hill now. You added some linemen. You added some running backs. Their defense is pretty okay.
It's all on him now.
It's all on him. He has everything he needs.
Yeah, their O-line isn't perfect, but
they have actually a very bad O-line. Their O-line stinks, but still.
They got it. They improved it. But with Tyreek Hill, he's the best. He's one of the best in football.
He's the fastest receiver easily, no question on that.
Yeah,
I would argue he's probably not the best receiver. He's one of the best, but I think he's
Devontae Adams at this point.
Yeah, I'll take Devontae. I'll take Cooper Kupp over Tyreek Hill. That's just me though. But so this will also draw questions. Let's see how Mahomes is this year. Maybe Tyreek made him look better. A lot of answers will come.
Right.
That'll really show him. I think Mahomes will still be solid. I don't think he's going to fall. I don't think he's going to falter. But having Tyreek is like having that X weapon. Like, you just can't. He attracts so much attention. It just creates everything underneath for Kelsey and all. But, like I said, I think Chiefs won this trade. Miami paid a lot of money for him. And let's be honest, I don't think they're going to be much better with him. But it's all up to Tua, and I never was a big fan of Tua coming out of college. Too many injuries. Better quarterbacks came out in that class. That's just my opinion, though.
Right.
So let's head into Matt Ryan Colts trade. We can talk about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Nice.
Matt Ryan got traded to the Indianapolis Colts, and a common move we've seen this year is that when teams haven't been able to get their first option, they've been actually trading. So, originally, remember Atlanta was in on Deshaun Watson.
They were the front runners pretty much.
They were front runners for that because Watson wanted to go there for hometown reasons.
Yep.
And once Atlanta couldn't get him, they were like, well, shoot, we got to get a different quarterback. So they decided to trade him Matty Ice. And they probably could have gotten something better. Because I feel like they kind of got finessed, to be honest with you. Just 2 threes?
Oh, that was it?
That was it?
I'm
not saying he's super good, but...
What are you really giving up for Matt Ryan at this stage of his career?
I'm not saying he's still MVP caliber, but I would take Matt Ryan in Pittsburgh.
But I'm saying, what are you... what would you be comfortable with Pittsburgh giving up? If 2 threes is... not enough? What would you like? Is he worth a second to you?
I could say a second. You're talking about a starting quarterback, and he wasn't really that bad.
For how long though?
For how long? 2 years.
Yeah. Is it
2 years?
Is it 2?
I think he's got 2. I think he's got 2 solid years left. I could see him doing well with the Colts because the rest of that team is pretty solid. Good O-line. You got Jonathan Taylor. And they got Darius Leonard on defense. I could see them going there and taking them to the playoffs. As a 7, they could be a top 7 team. Will they do it? Probably not. But could they? Yeah.
Right.
They could have done it last year, but Carson Wentz sucked against the Jags. So, for 2 threes, it just makes sense. They couldn't get Watson, so they're like, we still want to get... Obviously, they want to get rid of Ryan then. But I like this move for the Colts.
Yeah. Like I said, I think that it kind of made sense. Atlanta needed
because the Colts traded Wentz, so who was going to be starting for them then? That's what they were looking at. We need a starting quarterback this season.
Yep. I think they need to draft one soon and get one in the wings. But for 2 threes, I think it's worth. I think it's that's a pretty fair trade, I would say. I wouldn't say anybody got finessed, just because you don't really know what you're going to get out of Matt Ryan, how many years. So I wouldn't give up. I think I wouldn't give up anything more than a third, maybe a late second.
Yeah, I'm looking just to make sure. Is it just 1? Okay, yeah. So it shows the Falcons sending Matt Ryan to the Colts for a 3rd round pick, 82nd, and keeping their 3rd rounder. So just 1 3rd rounder. They traded just 1 3rd rounder.
Wow.
Matt Ryan's better than a 3rd round player, unless your turns out to be super good. I would say.
Right. Yeah, 1/3 from Matt Ryan. Yeah, like I said, I think it's a
just a 3rd rounder.
It's a good swap. Atlanta gets another pick, which they're desperately going to need if they want to rebuild. And Indianapolis needed a quarterback for this season, so they got one. Just a fair, straight up, bang bang trade. Nothing really to write home about on that
exotic.
one. What else did we get? Let's I want to hear top 2 teams right now you think Baker Mayfield is going to play
Go 2
in.
spots?
Yeah.
Alright, go 2 spots. Alright, so here's what's going to happen. They're not going to be able to trade Baker Mayfield because teams know that they will let him go because they have to. So why would anybody trade for somebody you can just get for free on free agency? So I think 2 teams that come to mind. First team, honestly, that comes to mind, I think Detroit would jump at it. I think Detroit would sign him. I think they'd like Baker Mayfield more than Jared Goff. And another team that I could see pulling maybe the strings on it, maybe the Texans. Davis Mills,
Davis Mills was kind of lining up.
He was alright,
yeah.
Is he better than Baker Mayfield? Probably not.
Let's find out.
I'd say Houston or maybe Detroit.
Okay.
Teams that need quarterbacks.
For me, I'll give you my first team is going to be the Seattle Seahawks. I saw his name rumored in there a lot when the news first broke that Watson was coming to Cleveland. He was also rumored to go to the Colts. Obviously, that probably won't happen now with the addition of Matt Ryan. But Seattle makes a lot of sense for me. He's obviously a downgrade to Russell Wilson, but maybe a change of scenery. In a way, they're the same team as Cleveland almost. Like they don't have the running backs, but like Tyler Lockett, Metcalf, Odell, and Jarvis Landry. Like you don't have the running backs, but it's like your defense was good, right? Nothing great, good.
Seattle's defense was bad last year.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And Bobby Wagner's gone.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They definitely lost out on the defense side of the ball.
They're in rebuild mode though.
Yeah.
Rebuild mode.
Which would suck for a young Baker.
So I didn't think Baker would be cool going there.
Right. So
you think Seattle then?
For a trade partner, if it were to be a trade, Seattle makes sense. Maybe they go after him free agency too. Who knows? Another one. Man.
Because the Colts ain't gonna do anything. Atlanta's not gonna do anything.
I was wondering.
Carolina?
Yeah, I was
Low-key, maybe Carolina.
I was gonna say one of the NFC South.
I mean, Sam Darnold is not better than Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I'll say that much.
Yeah, I don't think the Saints bring back Jameis. You probably don't go after him now. Atlanta or Carolina. Give me the Panthers just for this thing. Give me the Panthers. Let's say they go for Baker and maybe they get McCaffrey to stay. Put a couple receivers around him.
DJ Moore's there.
Their defense is
actually was good last year.
Was it? Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, Carolina or Seattle for those two. Kurt, do we have anything else we're gonna talk about potential trades? Julio Jones
and Odell, where they might potentially land because they're free agents.
Yeah. What do you think for Odell?
What if Odell is cool with taking less money and going back to Cleveland with Deshaun?
I did hear a report about that. That'd be.
I think that's a possibility. But I feel like Odell, with his character and just the way his persona is, I feel like he wants to go somewhere to a big city. I don't know where though. If I think of anything, I'm gonna say Odell to maybe Green Bay or Cleveland.
Green Bay would make perfect
If Odell,
sense.
it all depends to him. If he doesn't want the money, maybe he'll go to Green Bay. He wants to go somewhere with a good quarterback, that's for sure. I like him to Green Bay or Cleveland though.
Yeah,
I think he'd light things up in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers.
That makes perfect sense.
Or Cleveland. Because Amari Cooper will already be there, Deshaun, and that offense. He already knows Stefanski.
Yeah.
But Baker was holding him back, in my opinion. Because once he went there, Odell never did anything.
Right.
But in New York, he was lighting it up. He was just kind of a whiner.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. The Packers would make the most sense if they could get him on a cheap deal. Give Rodgers somebody a solid number one to throw the ball to. And then Julio Jones, I guess I'll start with him.
I don't know where he's going to go, though.
That's what I was saying. A team like, you could obviously throw the Packers back in there.
For some reason, when I think of Julio, I kind of think of maybe the Patriots.
The Patriots make sense.
Low key.
What will be a fun one is like the Bengals. Pair him with like Jamar Chase.
They got the money to do it.
Tyler Boyd.
Ooh.
That receiving core.
It all depends though what Julio wants. Does he want money? Like, I don't blame him.
Or does he want a Super Bowl?
Or does he want to try to go win?
Yeah. Because he's not going to get both, probably.
No. You're not going to get a lot of money.
The Patriots...
I like him in New England for some reason. The Patriots like going for older veteran receivers that Bill knows that are team first players. Julio's not a throw me the ball every type of play kind of guy. He's pretty humble about things.
He's a big solid number one that Mac Jones could throw to.
Gives him another weapon.
Receiver to the offense.
It says he's injury prone, so he hasn't played a whole lot the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I like him in New England for some reason. I don't know why. Something just says New England to me. Even though they don't make those kind of moves, but Max needs to throw the ball to someone.
Yeah, I definitely would say throw the Packers back in there.
Maybe Green Bay. Yeah.
Yeah. Patriots, obviously, and then
it's all up to him, really.
Yeah, it'll be really up to.
I don't really think he's gonna get a big market though. Obviously, he's still a free agent.
Yeah, now that he's been injury prone. Yeah, could have used the open market a couple years ago. He would have really cashed out. Well, is that all the news for this past
Absolutely.
week? Yeah.
We covered everything pretty much.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it then. Episode 9, made on Ridgeway Sports Podcast. Hunter Keister.
K-Mac.
Getting out of here. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Like, comment, subscribe, share, follow.
Follow.
Yes, sir. Get after it. Let's go. Big things on the way. Hope you guys enjoyed. Made on Ridgeway Sports Podcast, Episode 9.
Peace.
Peace.